That one shouldn't take too long to
Stab. Get.
load.
I don't know. Let me put the storybook somewhere. Goddamn. I just stabbed myself on my computer monitor. How the fuck do I do that? Test 1, 2, 3.
I can hear you.
I was doing the stream. Make sure there's no doubling again. It was a horrible
There
idea
we
to do
go.
this Sunday, whatever. Okay, delay response. Say hi, Wade.
Hello.
Okay, it's just a couple seconds longer than it usually was when you had AT&T. I don't know what the fuck. Nope, this is just all horror music. I don't have anything for either shit. No, that works. No.
I don't know why, but for some reason, I just randomly... So, in high school, you and I did this little scenario map where it was me and Captain Price. I think we were taking out that castle in one of those Modern Warfare 3 missions.
I have no idea because my memory has been shit from anything.
I have no idea why the fuck I just randomly remembered that.
First ticket of the night. Okay. Mouse. There you are.
It's gonna be fun to try to get the... It's gonna be fun to try to do the voice. It's a little kid.
I just remember that all the notes fell on the floor earlier today. And by earlier today, I need like literally an hour before we... Not an hour. 2 minutes before I hopped on Discord. Because fucking gravity said no.
How the hell? Okay then.
Where the fuck is... Oh, it's right here. Fuck! Okay. Oh yeah, good evening ladies and gentlemen, I'm your DM Gilray. Welcome to the retroy of Orgrim in the Silvered Edition. It's specifically labeled as REATTEMPT, and I just realized I closed the fucking video. No! Does not say the title of the video. Fuck you. Okay, yes, okay, it says Orgrim, so we're good on that end. For the Facebook one, the YouTube one's fucking easy, because that one, at least they keep their shit together. Well, over on fucking Facebook, they decide to say, fuck you, because they're trying to reorganize everything again. And then Twitch is another anomaly on its own, because Twitch likes to be a bitch. But we're not doing this on Twitch, so it don't matter. One question for... Yeah, for the player that's going to be for Orgrim. Do you want...
Yeah.
Do you want the three siblings of God... The three sibling gods of fate and chance, sweet Jesus, to play and role in your story, or do you want to be left alone by them?
Considering they kind of leave Aritis alone in the other game, let's go with... let's have them step in this one.
Okay, so it's going to be extremely confusing with them because you have to figure out exactly what they are doing because they're not going to help you unless you ask questions. These guys don't give a shit about anything other than their own fun, so remember to always ask questions if you want to understand something that they do. And then they'll try to answer. I
figured I'd take a chance.
Okay. And though...
Did you not hear what I said earlier?
I'm sorry, I'm trying to read a lot.
I said, I figured I'd take a chance.
Okay. I am not playing as Zem, so I'm not going to be doing the whole after of that. My sense of humor right now is currently low because I'm reading through a bunch of shit I cannot describe because I cannot read it because my own handwriting is shitty. It's also in red.
I was gonna say for a second there, I thought that was an r/whoosh.
You know I don't laugh at jokes, Wade. You know that already. Gags is another thing compared to jokes, because jokes take forever to set up, and I usually just miss the point. Where the fuck am I?
Even if it's a spontaneous pun?
Spontaneous puns are not jokes. They're puns.
Still wordplay.
They're simpler wordplay compared to like what a full-on joke is, because a full-on joke you need setup and then you need a payoff, and sometimes the payoff doesn't really pay off when someone doesn't get the actual start of the joke. Which happens too much in this world now. Since what used to be funny is now just offensive. That is not... Wait, the brain is breaking. What the fuck did I write in the past in the storybook? Jesus. Okay. Next question for Orgrim. Where do you want exactly to start? Do you want to start with the evil? Or do you want to start with the neutral?
Let's go ahead and start with the neutral.
Okay. Wrong mouse once again. Gotta be quiet for a little bit. Okay.
Surprised the mic doesn't pick that up.
I don't know what the mic's been doing these lately. It might have gotten a firmware update, or just Discord in general got a firmware update that utilizes these mics
I'm
better.
talking about the mic on my headset.
Mm-hmm.
Like, I'm literally just clicking a toy revolver I have in my hand.
That
and every
plays
time I
through.
look at Discord, unless I'm specifically talking. Yeah, unless I'm specifically talking, the microphone on this headset doesn't pick it up. Well, that time it did.
Well, like I said, like,
But
Discord
you know what I
has
mean.
a thing. Discord has a bunch of new things and iterations that actually utilizes the stuff in microphones. Because this is a newer type of headset that's made in, I think it's China or somewhere else, that uses Chinese characters. No idea. But they use the new technology of the 5.7 stuff, or is it 5.1? I can't remember. Okay. Do I have this in here, or do I not have this in here? No, I don't. No, I don't. Okay. Would have been better with ambience, but whatever. Okay. What would Orgrim's favorite animal be?
Considering the bird I have on his reroll icon, probably owls.
It's gonna be creepier than I thought. Orgrim, you are sitting on a random
It
stump.
depends on the owl.
You are sitting on a random stump, looking up in the tree lines, staring at a transparent purple owl. It stares at you with golden globes. And doesn't release any hoot noise, it just releases whispers. Would they be cruel like this? The fuck is this? What languages do we pick for you, or is it just Orc and Common?
It's just Orc and Common.
Okay. Yeah, you wouldn't be able to understand this as level 1 anyways. It whispers you in a like pleasant, beautiful sort of voice. Don't really understand it, but it's just nice being around there. What does Orgrim do as he's just in the middle of this clearing staring at a forest line where the owl is just up in the trees? Should specifically say it's a ghost owl.
I'm gonna go up and go after the owl.
Okay, say that without the heavy accent of teeth. I barely understood it.
I wasn't even using the teeth. I said, I'm gonna go up and go towards the owl.
Yeah, you go towards the owl, it just stares at you. The air smells its usual pungent self. Smells like, what was it? Congealed blood, ash, and orc piss. As you're running towards not walking, but walking towards up to the owl, better look at it. As Orgrim looks around, he sees that the forest itself has been razed. Off in the distance, you see a bunch of towns on fire. As you look back towards the owl is just staring at you. No aggression, no emotion at all, just staring at you with golden globes. After a little while passes, what does Orgrim do?
Well, being a kid and being naturally curious, I'm going to slowly approach the burning towns.
Okay, that's like a good hour's walk towards the burning towns in the distance. That's slowly approaching. As you get closer towards the towns, you start seeing more and more of your kind. Orcs all around, gathering bodies, throwing them in the carts. You see children playing, all children orcs playing with human skulls as kickballs. Now, Orgrim, as you get closer and closer, you start seeing more and more of these ghost-like things. Most in the shape of humans, all pleading with the orcs to stop violating their bodies and all that stuff. It's kind of upsetting sometimes when you hear the wails. Being raised as a babish orc, you don't really feel much empathy towards their souls. Some even come up to you begging for you to stop the madness. That you just move on without really a care in the world. As you're still just a kid and don't know right from wrong just yet. All you just know is what an orc is to be. Or what it is to be an orc. Does Orgrim continue on, or does he get annoyed by the spirits?
Continue on.
Okay. You pass by more of these bigger and bigger orcs, some reaching up in the 10-foot range, others reaching in the 30-foot range. They look at you, wave. Do you give a wave back?
I move back.
Back. Some just drop a random human arm there, and you just hear one of the souls go, "Oh." Moving on forward. Orgrim manages to get into, gets into an orc settlement that's been set up. This orc settlement is something you do recognize as is the one you currently live in. All the orcs go wild as they welcome you back into the town, as they do with every other child or every other orc. Yeah, I don't remember if they said anything. It's not on this page. Yeah, they don't say anything. They just wave and let out an orcish growl of have welcoming. Ugh. Where does Orgrim hit next?
Well, considering this is the settlement I live in, I might as well go home. See what my family's doing.
You head back to your caretaker's tent, as you do not know the identity of your mother or father. All you just know is that you were assigned a caretaker at birth. The caretaker's name is, I swear to fucking God, I'm not even gonna bother to pronounce it, I'm just gonna type it in here. Wrong mouse.
Are you going to be doing that often?
Probably. There we go. Trunis Triagd. I don't know how to pronounce that last part. Just note this is Welsh.
Triadic.
Triadic. Trunis welcomes you back into the abode. He is not the best looking of orcs. He is male. He's a short 5 foot something. His tusks are broken. They are discolored because he doesn't look after them very well. And he looks to you and asks you how your day went out there playing and exploring.
It was pretty good. So Weird Owl.
Weird? As in how?
It was purple with yellow eyes.
Purple with yellow eyes? Wonder if it's one of those mutated breeds. Oh well. Come here. Let's feed you. And I'm assuming Orgrim just goes over to go have dinner.
Yep. Go ahead and follow the caretaker.
Oh, tonight's dinner is just cheese soup. With a side of deer jerky. You gobble it down. It feels nice going down because the cheese is nice and warm and the deer jerky is nice and salty. So nice and savory. As you go to... You are then sent to bed, Orgrim. As you go to bed, you hear whispers from inside your tent. I want you to roll 2 types of rolls. First, an Arcana check, and then a Perception check.
I think
Arcana 11. Okay. And next.
Okay.
17 Perception. Okay. Arcana check passes, and so does the Perception check. You hear a conversation in the other room, and you also smell a weird, oniony smelling type of air. With the Arcana check, it allows you to see just a little bit. You see a silvery haze as it wafts throughout your tent. And your tent's actually pretty big. It actually is one of those tents that do have separate rooms that are separated between with a curtain. That's what is the word I was looking for. So you have your own separate room in this big ass tent. The silvery haze is just traveling throughout the floor of your room. You're sleeping on a futon type of thing made of many furs and has a weird like irony smell of it because they did not clean the furs when they skinned the animals. Perception check allows you to hear this a conversation between Truiness and a feminine voice. Let's see. Okay, so unfortunately, this is Thieves' Cant. So the only words you catch are just a few words that are just like here and there that are, because you know how Thieves' Cant is just a mixture of all the languages combined just to throw people off and all that stuff. Some of the words you recognize, there's some that are in Orcish and some that are in Common. Of baby, boat, silver. Only words you get. Conversation goes on for at least about an hour, and then you hear some frustration from the feminine voice, who just huffs, and you just hear a weird, I don't know how to describe this sound. It's more like a sound like you disintegrate in place. I don't think disintegration actually has a sound.
Oh, you mean dematerializing?
Something like that, yeah. Yeah, dematerializing is a sound effect. Not disintegration, because that's just a different thing.
Disintegration is a form of death.
And then you just hear... Swear to God. It's right there. I'm staring at it. Trueness is just... He's contemplating because you just hear him walk back and forth in the room. Then after a good while, you just hear him, like, stop completely, and you'd probably assume he just goes to bed. Everything goes quiet. And you go to bed. Before Orgrim appears a silver door with just the letter A in front on it. You can recognize the letter because these orcs have taught you how to read and fucking write at the age of fucking 3. They are nothing but thorough when it comes to their own race.
Mm-hmm.
You recognize the letter A on the silver door. What do you do, Orgrim? Sorry if I keep cutting you off. It's just the delay. I'm sorry.
You're good. I reach out and touch the door. See what happens.
Yeah. Just touch it. Nothing happens. It feels cold. Like you would expect, like, a metal door just sitting there for no reason. Just be cold. What do you do next?
Well, might as well see what's on the other side, so I'm going to carefully open it.
You open it. It's just more of a simple, like, dream darkness, only it's just a tinge of a more velvety red. It feels really pleasant. It smells like soap in here for some reason. You've never smelt soap before, but you get that nice cleanliness smell, which is something that throws you off because you're not used to smelling anything that's clean. The smell of blood is immediately gone when you enter this room.
Oh, what's that?
And you see 3 red screens displayed before you, all static. You see a pair of, what was it? Yeah, ruby glowing eyes. Let's state this to you. Would you like to know the future? Would you like to know the past? Would you like to know your present? I am happy to oblige. I also forgot to turn on the fucking music because I'm a fucking idiot. I'm thinking of a response.
Are you?
I am a being who can show you Past, present, and future. Only if you will so, though. I can be your friend. I can be your mother. I can be a nuisance. I can be many things to you. But for now, you just will call me A.
Nice to meet you, eh? I'm Orgrim.
Nice to meet you too, as a spectral hand comes out of nowhere that's glowing red. That is like, has the silhouette of the galaxy on the hand itself.
I go ahead and shake A's hand.
It's nice and warm. Your body begins to glow a slight red. It feels nice. As the hand let goes of yours, the hand just disappears into space. What would you like to know? Would you rather it be a secret?
I'd like to know my past, please.
Past. Okay. One of the screens flickers on, or flickers from static to an image. Within the image, you see a great orc, staring at all of his staring at an army of orcs, all without armor, all without weapons, all with tears streaming down their face. As they all cheer this name, as that grand orc kneels on a stage, and that stage is lit aflame, as that entire army exclaims the name Ivor. You see other silhouettes as well. You see an elf. You see a human. You see another human that has fog all around him. All of them shedding tears for this grand orc. And the one who set the stage ablaze is another baby orc, just like you. Oh, that is not you. And then that screen flickers out. A past life. Any questions?
I might have to ask Trinus about him. About evil.
You may ask away with me, him, or someone else. Any questions?
Do you know anything about that owl that I saw earlier today?
Is it something like this? As she pokes a finger in the air and you see that same ghost owl appear before you, blinking at you.
Yeah, that's the one.
That's just one of my brother's toys that I use sometimes as well. Its function is to let us peek upon a random mortal to see if they qualify for some games we like to play.
Games?
Games. You are one of the qualifiers. Though I'll keep the reason a secret for now until maybe you're a bit older to understand. Slowly falling on chair. Okay.
You good there, Ridge?
Yep. Leading question. Would you like to know what type of games you want to play? That we have to play? Or do you want to know a future? A present? Or maybe an answer to a question you have?
I think I'd like to know my future, considering what I saw earlier.
Another screen goes on. It displays an image. It displays a grown-up Orgrim, slicing a wolf in half. What weapon you have on you?
I get the
I think it was a flail.
+1 maul.
Oh, maul. Okay. Yeah, no, you're cutting a wolf in half with a fucking shovel. You're wearing farmer's attire. You're in someone's backyard protecting rabbits. As they are your livestock in that image. The images of the people in the house you see are actually just static images of nothing. And by static, I mean there's like literally the snow static effect on those people. Any questions?
Are those little blitz not... Are those little blitz there because they're... people are here to meet?
You figured out that a little bit sooner than I thought you would have. Yes. We don't know who those people will be. Not yet, because that choice is ultimately up to you or someone else. Unfortunately, my brother is away at the moment dealing with another child. So, we're on our own on that one. You hear cheers in the distance inside the space.
What was that?
My brother cheering on the other boy. Would you like to know your present? Would you like an answer to a question? Or would you just want to wake up?
I think I'll take a look at the present right now.
Okay. Hear a physical snap come from in this room. That screen lights up. Within that screen, baby Orgrim, you're being carried, football style, by a man in a blue jumper.
Oh!
Blue jumper, raggedy or rusty colored hair, glowing red eyes, and smoke is exiting his mouth. He's carrying a estock with blood on it, and you see his hand is currently singeing while he's holding the weapon itself. And by singeing, I mean like bubbling. It's not on fire. It's just bubbling sort of thing. Perception check, please, as you're looking at the image for the background. $22.
Jesus.
As Orgrim is staring at that image, the image itself depicts the background as the arena for, I forgot, what was it? The thing you wanted for Scottish games, but I completely forgot what the fucking name is and where the fuck is the note for it. Depicting the arena for the Iron Tusk games.
I know that place. Trun has told me about the Iron Tusk games.
The games where you prove your strength to your chieftain, prove your worth to the army, and ultimately become either fodder or leaders for your army to serve the war masters. What was it? Constant thirst for war. Any questions?
Why is that man's hand bubbling?
It's a reaction to silver. The man is part monster.
I think I'd like to wake up now.
Everything goes dark. Orgrim awakens to the next day. And you are currently on a cart, staring at the red-hued sky. Staring at the red-hued sky with the smell of blood returning to your nose. Familiar, more comforting, less cleanly. What does Orgrim do inside the cart?
Well, I'm gonna look around to see who's all in the cart with me.
In the cart, you see a bunch of other children. A couple years older, a couple years young. No, you're 3. They wouldn't exist. A couple years older and some the same age as you. As you look around the cart, you see that one of the bigger guys, or bigger orcs, is actually pulling the cart. You don't know his name. Nobody knows each other's name. You guys are just all brothers and sisters. In the cart, there it's all boys. So, no females as of today. What else do you look around for, Colt? Orgrim.
Maybe to see if Trunus is here somewhere?
Trunus is not with you at all in this cart. Yeah, I would say this is probably obvious. As you look around at all the other things, I want you to roll me 1d20, Wade. Just to see what you get assigned. You see that all the boy orcs are marked with a number. 18. Your number is 18. It's just like painted on your chest and all that in blood. Okay. As you look around for the area you're traveling, you realize you're on a road that's familiar, and as you look towards the distance, you do see an arena. The great traveling arena for the Iron Tusk Games.
Immediate flashbacks to what he saw last night.
What does Orgrim do? As he sees he's traveling to the Iron Tusk Games arena.
I figure I might as well stretch as much as I can without bumping the other kids.
Okay. Okay. Orgrim gets ready. The rest of the kids see you getting ready, and they start getting ready, and the cart starts wagging a bunch. And the big orc up in front says, "What the hell?" It tells all of you boys to settle down a little bit so the cart doesn't have the tires pop off from all the movement. Well, not tires, the wheels. Then you get a glimpse at the beast that's pulling you, and it's a bicorn. As the beast is pulling all of you guys towards the arena, it comes to a stop while at the gate, and the big guy just hops off. All right, it's time to... All right, you shits, it's time to go. I'm not saying this right. All right, you shits, time to go. As he gestures you guys to head through the gates.
I go ahead and go with the other boys.
Where the fuck is my script? There you go. This is gonna be a fucking pleasure to try and fucking pronounce, because I forgot how to pronounce it, because I forgot to write down the vernacular. Oh well. As you all walk inside, you are all are all greeted by gatherings of all the bigger orcs, orc females, and you see Trueness up on the... I forget what the place where the audience is supposed to sit. Just the seats. See Trueness up there, and he waves to you. Orgrim, I assume, just waves back.
Yep, go ahead and wave back to him.
And then you see I swear to fucking God. You see War Chief Ugrans. At least I think I am pronouncing that correct. Yeah. Ugrans. He is standing within a stage, and you see a familiar-looking human in chains, chain to the stage itself, in the kneeling position, with his arms locked in place on the metal bar that's on his shoulder. He is very familiar. His eyes are not red, though. Instead, his eyes are a ghostly white. He seems to have an overgrown beard and all that. He seems to be covered in a bunch of cuts, scrapes, bruises. And you can also see a bone poking out of his wrist. His man's been beat up. Sweet Jesus. There's no thing of gear on him. He's not even dressed in the jumper that you saw in that flash. He is just dressed in like, I think, just the pants rags. And you just see Ugrans grinning at him, holding the great mighty battle axe. As you boys continue walking forward, you start seeing small little stands for yourself, all numbered, all your stuff. All you take on your designated places from 1 to 20. Now I'm gonna see if there's any type of music that sounds cool for this. Nope. That is too exciting. Yeah, this actually works. Might be too exciting for a speech, but whatever. You know what, a sec, I'm gonna grab my water bottle.
Alright.
Alright, and I'm back in my water. Drink.
I recognize this song.
Uh-huh.
I actually recognize this song because plays in the in one of the arenas in Sword and Sorcery.
Yep. Because this is ready to use music from by Kevin MacLeod. Blah, blah. Now that my tongue was loosened up, it made it worse to speak. Jesus. As War Chief Ugrans stands at the center of the stage, sticking his war axe into the stage itself. In common orc fashion, he also breaks the frickin' wooden plank that he throws the axe into. So it just falls into the stage. Ugrans looks to all the orcs, smiles at the potential of every single one of you, especially you, Orgrim, with your plus 18 strength. Or not plus 18, your scored 18 strength.
+3.
Smiles and looks at all of you with great joy as he says this to everyone. Good rotting morning, my fellow. Drufflican. I fucking cannot do this goddamn shit. Drufflican.
Is that the name of the clan?
No. Or Drufflica. Orcish word for devourers. And that mean that not an actual Orcish, this is just Welsh. Draflinka. There we go. My fellow Draflinka, I am your war chief Ugrans of the First Army. This dawn we commenced the new the New World Games of Power. When this year the most powerful build of an orc will have the honor of executing points to points to the humans right there. This so-called hero who claimed the head of our war master Guto. Nox Arbuckle, the fog monster. Ugrans looks to all of the young orcs, smiles, and says this, You budding dusks, I wish you well, and am anticipating wondrous results from every one of you new generation Draflinka. Let the games commence. As he picks up Nox along with the stage and pulls them off the side. Nox is in a lot of pain as he's doing that because he is currently the chain linking the other chain to the stage as they're both dragged off to a random corner of the arena. Oh, cool. Didn't repeat. All right. Do I have any? Yeah, screw it. This will work for just now. That'll work for now. All right. Okay. So we're not going to take forever to do all the games. We're not going to do this one by one for each orc. We're just going to do you and the collection of the other orcs. So, very first game to do. It is just a simple boulder press. The boulder weighs 3 orcs. Like 3 6-foot-tall orcs. So about 300 to maybe 600 pounds, depending on what you would take from an orc. Starting off are the other competitors before 18. And then after 18 as well. They struggle. As for Orgrim, strength check. 18. Jesus. Orgrim lifts his boulder with just a little bit of difficulty. That's more or less the footing you tried to grab the friggin' boulder from. The boulder that you lift is around 600 pounds, while the other ones were 300, and the other orcs did not do so well. All the orcs cheer for you, Orgrim. And as you look towards Trueness, or do you look towards the war chief?
I'm definitely looking at the war chief this time.
He stares at you with disgusting glee. Doesn't disgust you as just how it is described for like an orc of his handsomeness. Okay. Next is Hammer Slam. They all bring you towards a table. They all give you wooden mallets. They all put human skulls on the tables. Orgrim, yours is just a stone, which is confusing to you. They ask you all to smash the skulls and you to smash your stone brick with the hammer. As hard as you can to the point it breaks. So, first the other orcs before 18, and then after. You fucking joking me. Natural 1 for every single one that tried to smash a human skull. Alright, strength check with advantage for Orgrim because it's a simple weapon.
Hang on, I gotta freaking queries toggle. There we go. Knew I was missing something.
And then, what's your proficiency to? We'll add that on top of that later. $15 plus
21.
Wait, 21?
Well,
proficiency?
You said with advantage.
Yeah, with proficiency. What's the proficiency?
Plus 2. Proficiency bonus is 2, so that's
23.
23.
Orgrim with a wooden hammer, which is supposed to be fucking impossible to destroy fucking stone with. You destroy this fucking limestone brick they put in front of you. All the orcs cheer and boo the fucking ones that rolled a natural 1. War Chief is staring at you very pleased as he's drooling at your might. Next game. Log Slam. I don't know what this... Oh, okay.
Oh, log toss?
Log Toss. Yeah. I don't know why I named it Log Slam. I think it's just to avoid copyright. My brain was stuck on copyright for like when I was writing everything. They all present you with this putrid, rotting log that has cement pieces like not weaved into it, but they poured like cement into it. So now it weighs more because of all the cement. And they all demand you to toss the things out of the arena if possible. Or into the stage of people. Because all the orcs will be able to handle it anyways. Now, it's time for all the other orcs. Before and after. 18. They all do well. They don't throw it out of the arena. They throw it on the lip of where the audience would be. That's where they throw their logs. What about you, Orgrim? How well is your roll? It's just strength.
Same. I was gonna say same deal.
Just regular strength.
9. Not so good this time.
No, their game is this. 12. So you pick up the log, you toss it to almost the same area as there, just a bit short. The war chief looks at you, looks at the rest of them, looks back at you. You are the shortest one, so he understands the failure there. You just don't have enough distance to eat it. If you're too like impressive demonstration beforehand, he gives you this. Well, all the other ones seem to actually finally be catching up with you. Next game. Bold. Boulder Smash, or is that Boulder Smash? I think it's Boulder. The fuck is Boulder? Oh, whatever. Boulder Smash. They bring those same boulders that you guys lifted from before, and they ask you all to punch the boulders. See which one gets cracks, and to see which one of you guys breaks it entirely. For the other orcs, it is a 10. They get like tiny cracks. What about you, Orgrim?
Same deal.
Same deal. Just regular strength. What's Yeah, yours just comes crumbling to pieces as you tap it, and then kaboom! Everyone is staring at you astonished. While the other orcs you are competing against, they all just look at you, look back at their rocks. They punch their rock solidly, and you just see a blood stain on every single rock they punched. And as they hold their fist, the best they could do was cracks. You just obliterated yours. After Boulder Smash is Boulder Toss. I feel like I put these out of order. Oh well. They present you... Oh yeah. They present you with another decent-sized boulder. They all ask you to toss the big shit. Strength check from all of them. See what they get first. They're not one.
Oh, Jesus.
They all try to lift it, and you all hear just a popping in their lower backs. Just one after another, just pop, 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 pop. Orgrim, what about you? Strength check once again.
Mm-hmm. I already clicked it because it takes a few seconds on my end. I think I clicked it.
This might be taking a while, but click again just to see.
Oh, there we go.
Yeah, 17. Yeah, you pick up another 600-pound boulder, and instead of pressing it, you decide to yeet it across the stage, and it lands in the wall. All the orcs go ballistic when you do this. I don't understand what this one means. The next game, Goat Stack. I think it... Oh, okay. They all ask you just to stand in place in your, in your designated areas. They bring in a whole cacophony of goats. And they begin stacking goats on each and every one of you guys. This one
tells me this is the call. This is calling for a saving throw.
This is calling for, yeah, dexterity? No. What is it? No, it's still strength. Okay. Strength saving. So. All the other boys. 15. They all do decent. Orgrim, what about you? Strength saving throw. $16. You do one. 21. You do better than them.
It rolled.
Nice.
I was gonna say it rolled twice for some reason.
21. Once the boys with the 15s reach 10 goats stacked upon their necks, they all give out and fall flat while the goats just hop around. When it comes to you, you manage to get 21 orcs stacked upon your necks. Neck. The necks. Everyone is impressed by you. And then once the goat game is all said and done, they all corral them into a certain cage, said marked for butchery. And then they just wheel them out of there. Next one, stone holding. How do I describe this one? You just literally hold the stone in place. All right. Next set of strength saving throws. They all take positions again. This time standing on top of your position pedestals. They all give you an extremely heavy boulder, and they want to see how long you guys hold it. Strength saves from everyone. 16. They do decent. Orgrim, what about you?
A natural 20.
Everyone's arms give out after 10 minutes. You stay strong for a full 30, as they're all counting, and they're all just, oh my god. The war chief in the corner is drooling at the ideas of what he can use you for. Alright. Next one. Orc stack. You guys see a lot of the bigger orcs come down from the audience area, and they're all just making heavy footfalls as they're walking. A lot of the other boys want to drop out, but they know they can't because they don't want to embarrass themselves in front of their brethren and the war chief. So they hold their ground and are preparing for the worst. Strength saves from everyone once again. 7. When the 10-foot tall orc stands on all of the little boys' neck, and they just give out and just like fall flat on the ground. Orgrim, what about you? Strength save. 23. Orgrim, you hold 3 of the 10-footers on the back of your neck. Don't even flinch. You're just like a stepping stone. Not acting, not anything. They're just like, how can you hold us? Everyone cheers once again for Orgrim. And then you hear something. Please roll a perception check, please, Orgrim.
Ah, there it is.
9. You just hear something
this time.
You just hear something weird. Stuff happening in the background. Don't really see anything. Roll an Arcana check, though. Two. No, you just see one of the human ghosts just standing there, blinking. You blink back. It disappears after a little bit. And like, that's fucking weird. Alright, since I do not understand what I wrote here because it's nothing but a scribble, I think I just scribbled it out because it was either a game that didn't make sense or anything. Last but not least, Iron Tusk. They all drop solid steel swords on tables, present you before these swords. The war chief comes up and is holding a great sword. He sticks it in his mouth, and he bends the great sword with his tusks. He wants all of you to do the same with a longsword. Every orc must make a strength check. Most of them chip their tusks as they tried to bend it. You just hear click, 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 and you just see like bits and bits of like enamel and other parts of the teeth just start chipping off their tusks. How do you do, Calder? Orgrim? I'm sorry for that. I have Calder's notes literally right next to me for later.
You're good.
Strength check with advantage plus proficiency.
Oh. Oh, you said advantage?
Yeah, you can roll it again
All right.
if you just want.
Roll again.
Okay, 19
So,
plus 2.
21.
21. Meow. Why did I? God, I read it off a chat. I read it off a chat.
I think that might be Scar.
No, that's Scar's girlfriend. Hi. Okay, whatever. Orgrim just bends the sword without any effort, and his tusks are nice, clean, no chips, no damage whatsoever. Though they do taste more like iron now. The war chief smiles as he's found his new winner of the game. Wait, I'd like you to know one thing. Chance
What?
has garbage luck when every check he has made for his campaign, and he is 4 games in. You have made every single check you have rolled, except for that one where the gods helped you a little bit. But every other one, fucking great. Fucking great. I guess the luck transferred onto me this time. Orgrim, you are picked up by the war chief. Ugran stares at you smiling, and he says to you, "Congratulations, boy." Or should I say, fellow... God dang it. Druflinken. Why am I adding an end to it? Oh, that's why. It looks like an end because of the fucking shadow.
Druflinka. You get the honor to behead this man and avenge our war master. You should feel very honored, as you will be a captain someday. He's excitedly breathing as he's like taking. He's also dragging the stage with him back to the center of the arena. He places the stage under the at the center. Realigns Nux, sets you down on the stage, and he goes to retrieve his great battle axe because it was left on the arena area somewhere else. He grabs it, brings it back, hands it to you, Orgrim. Orgrim wants you to make a strength check just to hold it, as the weapon itself is 10 feet tall. But, Jesus Christ. 22. You are holding firm the great battle axe. He angles the battle axe's blade over Nox's head, and he tells you, "Have at it." What does Orgrim do in this moment? As the man is staring at you, with a blank look in his eyes. I squint at him and go, "This is for evil," as I chop the man's head off.
I think you misunderstood the War Master's name. Ivar wasn't it? It was Guto.
Guto?
It was Guto. This one, the War Master for this group is Guto. Ivor was a different orc showed for the past memory of yourself.
Probably should have said, Evo says hello.
Do you actually want that to be said?
I don't know. Yeah, I'm going to go ahead and say to Nux, Evo says hello, before chopping his head off.
As you go to chop his head off, his head dispels into smoke. Not smoke, fog, Jesus. There's a difference. And then he just comes over to your ear and says, "How do you know this name?" As he grabs you by the ankle and floats you up. You now see he takes his form back as a human. Eyes are glowing red. As you look into his eyes, they're more like burning coals than anything else. Then you also see as the rest of his body is reforming. Yeah, again, he's in his blue jumper, but he's also holding the E-Stock once again. Hand sizzling like before. Change of plans today, I guess. You're coming with me, little boy. What does Orgrim do as he's looking around in a little bit of panic?
I'll just go, this seems familiar. As I go ahead, do a sit up, and bite the man's arm.
Yeah, your hand just goes into fog. No blood whatsoever. His hand doesn't dispel, it's more or less the areas where you try to bite down dispelled into fog. And then they reform, holding your teeth in place. You can still speak. It's just, he has you like that. Ow! That hurt my ears. Ivor, as you're looking around, you see that the war chief, Uranus, currently has about, I think, 30 different E-Stocks stabbed into his regular body, and he seems very unfazed by it, and is more pissed off than anything. Looking at Nox, and says to him, "You dare take away one of our kin?" Nox just replies, "Sorry," as he turns into fog, carrying you once again into the air. Orgrim, you see the arena below you, from the sky view, as if you were a bird. Think to yourself, this is pretty fucking cool. And you try to bite again, I think.
Yep, bite again.
Nothing doing. This guy is probably a frustrating thing to fight. And then you see your caretaker, Truanus, running out of the arena. And you see him do something you've never seen him do before. You see him fight with his own clan. As you see him raising up Earthwall after Earthwall after Earthwall, trying to stop their advances coming towards you. And then finally, when he's running out of breath to try to catch up with you guys, he summons up at least a weird little swamp as he puts his hand on the ground. The swamp slows down your brethren as they chase after you. And then Truanus continues running towards you. You guys eventually reconvene at a cliffside. Were you... No, she's not there. Where Nox eventually reforms fully, with those whited out eyes. Orgrim, what is the last thing you do? Not the last thing, like... What do you do in that very moment as Nox takes pause? You're on the ground. Oh, water. Ah, there we go. Probably turn on the CVs.
Like, is he still holding me?
Oh, he put you on the ground. I'm sorry, my throat was cut off by fucking dying. Oh, you're underground? What do you do?
What's going on?
I don't know. You tell me. Why do you know the name Ivor?
Last night, I dreamt of a past life.
Persuasion check?
I mean, what he said was technically true.
I'm just really debating between persuasion check and charisma check, and I think persuasion check is still... I think it's still the same, but it gave you a better number, apparently. So, originally, Nox had a scowl, as he was about to be beheaded by a tiny boy. Granted, he escaped before anything actually happened. But as you say, past life, And that Nox also knows that orcs are very spiritual, for some reason. His face turns from that scowl to a grin. His soul lives on. Amazing. And then Truinus finally catches up with all of you, out of breath. We have to engage the plan now. Otherwise, everything will be lost. Any reaction from Orgrim?
I just look at Trunis. What plan? What are you going on about?
A plan to give all of you a better life without war. Any reaction?
I just sort of clench my fist. It's not what you raised me to do.
The fuck? That sound effect after you said that sounded like you kicked a rock in disappointment.
Oh no, that was just me. That was just me striking a match.
The fuck? Tiny Orgrim strikes match, lights cigarette. Does not what you raised me to do. Give it a disappointed puff. Okay. It's still no way to live. Especially when the other orcs have it better than us. I just wanted something better for you and the other boys. Well, looks like I'm gonna have to settle for just you. Spears start getting launched at all of you guys. Orgrim, make a couple dexterity saves if you can. Just note, if you fail, it doesn't really matter. Orgrim is caught off guard as spears are being thrown over the mud walls that Truinus set up. But the spears are caught by Nox in his fog, and the spears just disappear. Alright, it looks like I guess it's time to start moving. Orgrim, you're picked up by the scuff by Nox. You're taken to the cliffside. Oh, you coming, Druinus, or are you gonna stay behind? As Nox looks back, and you look back, see that Truinus has a couple spears in his gut. Ouch. Huh. Nox turns to you, Orgrim. I'll give you this option. Should we take him with us, or should we leave him behind? Up to you, boy. What is Orgrim's response?
He's the one who raised me. We take him.
Smiles at you. Good answer. And you see fog go over Truinus. And Truinus disappears. Don't worry, he's somewhere inside me.
Ugh.
Yeah. And he embraces you in a hug, like an X-hug, and then he backflips off the cliff. Nice and exciting, you see the water for the first time in a long time. And the water is that beautiful crimson red, because it's all drenched with blood. On like the sidewall of the cliff, you do see a boat. You do see Nox is taking a plunge towards that boat. The boat is big enough to carry about maybe 20 orcs. And you get the sense that something got screwed up along the way and looks like you're the only one he's taking with you. You are... Once you get closer, or close enough, for you to about, like, touch the boat, Nox turns into his fog form and just cushions the fall. And you guys are just now standing on the boat and everything. And once again, fog goes over the boat. Or, like, goes over the boat and everything. And from a third-person perspective, the boat just disappears. As you see a shit ton of pitchforks, spears, swords, hammers, and all the other like, and a couple goats be thrown at the boat. And they'll just go splash, 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 splash. And you just hear a collective damn it from every single one of the orcs up top. A third-person view once again of the cliffside. You see Uranus glaring at the seaside, still with those silvered e-stalks stabbed into him. And you just see him flex, and everything just comes shooting out of him. There's no blood. There's no purple. No bruises, no pinch marks, or anything. You just see a very pissed off orc. My future captain. You see him just, like, kick a piece of the cliff off, like, I mean, a big chunk of it, and he just ends up wandering back with the rest of them. He demands that they find a new good replacement for Orgrim. Orgrim goes to sleep once again. Not because that he's tired or anything, but because he is forced asleep a little bit, thanks to the fog. In Orgrim's dream, he hears chirping birds. Just going crazy. What does this sound like? Yeah, that kind of works. Maybe a bit too creepy for this scenario. Okay. Calm down, Midori. Okay, this is what you see, Orgrim, as you're just walking around. First off, let's start with the noise. As Orgrim seems to be walking in his dream, turn this down just a little bit because that bell is annoying loud. As Orgrim is walking in his dream, you hear crunch, crunch, crunch. 1, 2, 3. Crunch, crunch, crunch. 10, 20, 30. Crunch, crunch, crunch. 1,000, 2 million, an eternity. As the world around you takes a pale blue hue, not pale blue, more aquamarine sort of. The ceiling color is more of, you know how shimmering water is?
Mm-hmm.
Where you're standing just has the shimmering light effect on you. You are walking on a riverbed of stone pebbles or gravel. You see a lot of trails from humans, other species, orcs, even the goats. Though this time you actually do see like goats actually walking a path in real time as ghost goats. What does Orgrim do?
Right now, I'm gonna look to see if I have any means to defend myself. Even if it's just a dream, I got a bad feeling about this.
Is it because of the music or is it just because of how I set it up?
Because of how you set it up.
Fuck. Okay. The match is gonna throw me off every single fucking time. Okay. Yeah, you're in your dream, so whatever you imagine on your person is on your person. You do have that +1 mole on your person. Oh yeah, I should also mention that the scent is different once again. It's no longer that coagulated blood smell, it's just water foam. Or waterside foam, riverside foam smell. Pleasant. It's relaxing.
Basically, it smells like the sea.
Without the salt. We were just walking and walking. Crunch, crunch, crunch. After about 1,000,000 different steps, as you seem to lose yourself just a little bit, not in thought, but more in relaxation. After 1,000,000 steps, everything goes white. There's no ceiling. There's no gravel left. Just white and a black figure in the distance. I'm gonna replay that song because that song fit this so fucking well. What does Orgrim do? Say that again. I think I cut you off the beginning of your sentence.
Just call. Oh, I just call that "Oi" to it.
As you was, why did I go violently with that? No, this guy's not violent. He goes, what? As you see a giant bullhead turns towards you. It's not like bullhead like fully detailed. It's just a simple black silhouetted bullhead that turns to you. You see outlines in the horns, and you see red eyes, and you see that this thing is a more humanoid type of that, like bull, wearing a suit, looking at you. The fuck are you? That was too high-pitched.
Fuck am I? The fuck are you?
What the fuck are you? That's gonna be back and forth, isn't it? It's gonna be back and forth, isn't it? You're an orc. I know this. I know this how it goes. Ugh. Let me start then. Good evening, fellow walker of the lands in between. I am Erland, the demonic goat. Fuck me, that's not what he is. The demonic bull. I fucking was concentrating on the fucking goats on the fucking page! Okay. Now, tiny green boy, who are you? It's sassy with me.
What's it matter to you, eh?
Well, you were walking in Ox's world. I thought it was my private little space where I could watch my shows. You see a screen behind him, displaying a drama. You don't understand what the fuck you're looking at. Ignore that as he just pushes it behind him. So, would you please introduce yourself, tiny boy?
I'm Orgrim. And I'm fixing to smash some knees in unless I know what the fuck's going on.
Why are you boys always so violent, Jesus? and smash my knees. Why would you do that? Why would you do that to a poor demonic bull man who is just here to watch some? Never mind, you won't understand in the first place. Watch some pictures. Do you even know what pictures are? I don't know. To know what's going on, you are currently resting within Nox's dream world. Because you're currently dwelling within inside him. He shudders at the thought again. Blech. I think that's the simplest way to explain this. What does Orgrim do?
Where's Turnus then?
Probably somewhere else. This world is a lot more vast than you think it would be. I would say just follow one of the trails that look like yours, but bigger. He gestures like to behind you because you're currently in the white space. As you turn around to see, you see again those trails once again, going forward. So what does Orgrim do?
I'm gonna go ahead and look for Turnus now.
Okay. Do survival check just to do tracking. As Erlen just waves you goodbye, and he goes back to watching his drama. What he won. You find other tracks that look like yours, but bigger. And you finally catch up to Truinus. See him just walking along the path in a trance state like you were not too long ago. What do you do, Orgrim?
Hey, Turnus!
Do you just yell his name, nothing else?
I'm trying to call out to him.
Yeah. He doesn't seem to react to anything. He's just continuing walking in that trance-like state.
I'm gonna follow and try to get in his way.
You get in his way. In his way, he kind of snaps awake. Where am I? Looks down to his belly. And wasn't I stabbed a little bit ago? Where are the wounds? And he finally sees you. Oh! Ah. You know where we are, boy?
This black bull man's head was in some sort of dream world.
Oh. Well, it's sort of calming, I guess. So it's not that bad of a dream. Was that a goat ghost? He stares at one of the goat ghosts walking by. Huh.
Yeah, I saw a few of them when I was walking too.
What do we do now, then? Trunis look around. Orgrim, any ideas what you would want to try and do to either get out or figure out what to do?
Is there anything around the area that might indicate a way?
Arcana check, please. As everything is just nothing but gravel and then that same water light stuff.
Nope.
Nope. Ruinous, are you going to be helpful? He doesn't have a sheet yet, though. 14. Okay. So you said you encountered a bull man?
Yeah. What clothes I'd never seen before.
Okay. Let's go find him and see what we can do. Does Orgrim try to take Trueness in the direction where the bullman was?
Yeah.
Okay. Both of you go into that trance-like state again and walk a million steps in one single direction. You come back to that white room. See Erlen sitting in front of his TV again. Looks back at you guys. What now? Why must you disturb my... But he makes the TV disappear. Okay. Who are you? Who are you? Who are you, very old and disgusting-looking old man? As he's looking at Trueness. I am True. I don't care anymore. I'm just gonna call you True. That's it. So, what can I do for both of you? As you have disturbed me twice.
We need to find a way out of here.
Okay, it'll only cost you 1 HP, not permanent. And I'll open up a door for you. Who's gonna give it to me? Doing this, raises an I will, goes over. How do we do this? And you just see him just grab his hand. And you see a black door appear before you guys. Doesn't have any detail, it's just a black silhouette with a white doorknob. There, way out, right there. You'll go in straight into someone else's psyche, or you'll be awake on a boat. I have no idea yet. I have no idea if Nox is awake either. Do both of you walk through the door?
Yeah.
Hey. Do you want to take the lead, or you want Trueness to take the lead?
Well, seeing as I ask about the way out, I might as well take the lead.
Okay. You go up to the door. The door is very negative in nature, like with its energy and all that. Nothing really new. It's actually oddly comforting as you feel that negative energy once again. You go, turn the knob, open the door. All you see before you is a wooden deck and the open sea before you.
I take a deep breath and step out.
Yeah, you step up with no issue. Trueness follows you with no issue. And now you guys are just sitting on a boat. And then you hear from behind you guys, "Never come back!" as he closes the door. You're now on a deck.
No promises on that one.
Now on a deck. With a napping Nox. Resting at, I think it was, the front of the ship. I can't remember. It was a bow. I don't remember. The front of the ship. Taking a nap. Resting. As you guys are currently floating out onto sea. With a nice green blue water. And a setting sun. It is now the twilight hour. What does Orgrim do? As Trueness finally takes a rest and sits down.
Hey, Trueness.
Yes?
Who's I?
Eh? He stares at you confused. I don't know anyone with just a single letter name.
So,
I wasn't entirely wrong when I mentioned my dream to the fog boy over there.
You had a dream about someone, name it? You never said
And
anything about your dream. Please continue. Sorry.
At this point, I basically begin describing the dream to the best of my abilities.
Okay. Describe the dream. Truanus has no idea what we're talking about, but he does know what Ivor is. Ivor was a war master of a different clan of orcs that sought peace with the humans after they were awakened from a never-ending nightmare they were forced into. Doesn't give you the details because he doesn't know the details himself of what happened after that and all that. All he just knows is that Ivor sacrificed himself for the sake of his clan so they can live on with humans in relative peace. And the fact that you say that that showed up in a past thing, and so you know the orcs again are spiritual. You may think that you might be like Ivor's next life. Did anything I say make no sense, or did it make sense?
Oh, it made sense. I'm just trying to think of what to do now.
I'm just making sure because I do not have the world book with me because I'm an idiot and forgot to take it out.
That certainly explains why Fog Boy over there felt familiar. What are we doing now?
Oh, we're gonna head for a village over in Price. I'm not sure if you know where that is yet. I don't think we showed you a map of the whole world just yet. But we're gonna head over to Price, and we're gonna attempt to live out new lives. Try to live just a little bit like our brother and orc over there. Or cousins, anyways. I want you to experience life as something more than a war monster. And I'm gonna do my best to try and get you there. I wanted to do it for everyone else, but someone jumped the gun! As he looks over to Nox. Nox just waves to him as he wakes up a little bit. So we had to settle for just, It's going to be a long while before we reach land, I guess. As he looks off, he doesn't see any land. You guys are just in the middle of open sea. You also don't know how this boat is being moved along, because there's no sail on the boat at all. What's just perplexing to you? So I suggest we just get rest while we can. Everything okay?
Oh, yeah, I was just thinking.
Okay. I suggest we get some rest before we hit landfall. And you can now look at Truanus's body. There is scar tissue where you saw those spears go into him a little bit ago. And I'm going to go lay down before the pain of these bruises and scars do me in. Ah. As you see him start walleting off somewhere. What does Orgrim do? As before you, there is a half-awake fog monster man. A boat that is being propelled by something. And your caretaker is currently doubled over in pain as he reached a doorway to get to the lower decks of this boat. What does Orgrim do?
I figure I've got some time to kill. I might as well wander around for a bit.
Where does he wander?
Just in general around the ship.
Oh, as you wander on the boat, you don't really see much of note. Yeah, there's a bunch of cots for a bunch of your brother orcs that were your age. Looks like they're not going to use them now. You can pick out any cot you want to take a nap in. As you explore more of the boat, you see that the boat is just being propelled by nothing. It's just moving on its own in one direction against the wind. And then when you go over to Nox, you just poke him in the face a bunch of times just to annoy him. Anything else?
Not at the moment that I can think of.
Okay. Perception check once again as you hear whispers. Funny. Again, do you hear that familiar voice of a woman? Hear thieves' cant once again? The only word you catch is person, unfortunately. Hear the whispers coming from the direction of where Nox is.
Wonder what. What's she mean? What person?
Means you. The feminine voice that spoke just now spoke in a language that involves every single language in the known world. Since you caught the word person, might as well tell you this. The person that is currently, with the being that's currently propelling the boat, wants you to live as a person instead of as a war monster. Just like Eivor wanted to do in his previous life. We want to fulfill his wish, but we wanted to do it for so many other people. I regret my actions. It was just when you said, Eivor says hi. It kind of made me go crazy just a little bit. And I don't know if you meant that as goodbye to me, because you thought you were going to kill me, or if you actually had some of Eivor's last thoughts and said hi in general. Sorgan respond at all?
I'll say that because I now know who evil was. Trun has told me a bit about him.
He was an epic war master for his clan. Fought side by side between us heroes of the world to strike down the evil within. Not the evil within, the eldritch monster that took hold of his clan. I only wish we could have saved him. But he made his choice. And now there's a choice for you. Though you don't have to make it now. Do you wish to live as a war monster? Or do you want to try living as a person? I can tell you both of them have their perks, and both have had their cons. But seeing that you lived the life of the war monster for, like, how old are you?
I'm 3.
Or 3! And you already... 3! He's staring at you with surprise. Jesus, Orcs.
Orcs grow up fast.
Orcs are overpowered! That's what he said. Well, that kind of explains why Eivor was getting old in his years. He reached like the age of 20, he's already growing silver hairs. Jeez. No, you don't have to answer that question now. You can make up your mind later. Make it up now. And I'd say try living as a person, see how you like it. Lord knows, Eivor would have taken the chance in a heartbeat if he could.
Well, I already got the feeling that whatever path I take, fighting's going to be in it.
App, I'm looking at you with all those glistening muscles. You are really defined for a 3-year-old, Jesus. Yeah, most likely you probably take the path of a fighter if you live as a person. But for now, let's focus on getting in the landfall. We have a lot of choices to make and a lot of stuff to do. But once we hit landfall, it'll be up to you and Truinus to find where you belong. It's not going to be an easy world to live in. But it might be something worth it. Splash. Splash. What does Orgrim wish to do now? You fall asleep on me.
Well, considering it's starting to get dark out there, I think I'll head to one of the cots and go to sleep.
All right. One sec, something happened. Oh, that was something else. Okay. That was a notification from last time. Okay. Go to sleep. Because of course here it is. You go to sleep. And you find yourself in a nicely lit up room with a bunch of, adult gaming tables. So like gambling stuff and all that stuff. You see people dressed in outfits you've never seen before, like 3-piece suits. And you see some familiar outfits from the people your clan have murdered in the past, from nobles, wearing that fancy, fluffy doublets and stuff. You see people wearing rags. You see people wearing modern clothes. You're confused as to where you are. But you see all these people playing games at all these gambling tables. At the center of the room, or at the center of this casino-style room, you find 3 chairs with 3 individuals sitting in them. You see...
Do I recognize one of them?
You recognize hands. That's all you saw. Hands in the ruby eyes of a red feminine figure sitting on the leftmost couch. She is wearing she has red hair. Roll a perception check on that hair, just in case. You see that she's wearing a dealer's outfit. Don't really know what that looks like because you're an orc. Perception check. 6. Okay, you don't really notice.
Not so good this time.
Suit, and she, again, silhouette of the galaxy. With a red, hueish outline. Next to her, in the middle, is another silhouetted human-looking guy. Has a golden hue. Golden eyes. A monocle, top hat, 3-piece suit. With the overcoat and everything. And next to him is a skinny green guy. With a bowler hat. Same outfit as the guy in the middle. On the rightmost couch. What do you do, Orgrim, as you're in this room, looking around?
I just look at his eyes. Hey?
She waves.
I go over to their table.
Oh, they're at no table. They're just on couches in the center of the room. So you go over to them.
I go over to them.
Hello, tiny little orc boy. The name is M. And you, have been put on a path without my knowledge. I'm very sorry for that. But to make it up for you, he places down, in the air, a golden card. I offer you a path to greatness. The card floats over to you. What do you do, Orgrim? You've never really seen playing cards before.
I reach up and poke it.
It flips. And you see an image of Orgrim, the barbarian, smiling at a church as he's wearing a holy symbol of the battle axe. Orgrim is decked out in a bunch of furs. Like, what type of animal furs would you think adult Orgrim would be wearing?
When I had his design in mind, I imagined him wearing a bearskin shawl.
Okay, bearskin shawl, holding a mighty sword. Well, mighty sword, I mean like one of the great swords, black-bladed. And you see his hands resonate with red energy. Orgrim then stares back at tiny Orgrim.
Oh!
It's time for a future full of bloodshed and pride. He laughs with joy and pleasantries, as behind him there's a bunch of pleasant folks, all cheering for his glory. That is a possible ending for you. I said that out of character! Yeah. That is a possible future for you. Should you accept the card, it will put you on a path towards it. The path will be full of hardships, full of moments of greatness, full of glory, shame, honor, and most important of all, friends. Would Orgrim like to accept this golden card?
I go ahead and carefully take the card.
Okay, it dissolves or dematerializes into a golden light, which is beamed into your being. Excellent. Or actually, the being in the middle, or he already said his name, he introduced himself. M puts down 3 cards. On the left side, we have a red card with a golden border and golden star in the middle. In the middle, he places a purple card with a golden star and golden border. And on the right, he puts down a blue card, again with the golden border with golden star. Here's 3 possible paths to take. You may pick one, you may look at all of them. The choice is up to you on which one you accept.
I'm gonna look at the red one first.
The red one reveals a red star. Do you want to ask Em a question about it, or do you want to look at the other pictures? Or the other cards? Blech.
I'm gonna look at the other cards before asking a question.
Okay. So, which card next?
I'm gonna look at purple.
Purple. Depicts a mountaintop with a golden star at the very top. And then last but not least, blue depicts a falling star. Any questions, or do you want to take a path on your own faith?
Trusting my gut instinct, I'm gonna pick red.
The 2 cards disappear. Would you like to know what this card indicates for you?
I look at M and just nod.
The red star. The star of valor. Combat will come to you, and you will seek combat in return. It is victory or death for you. But with each victory, you grow stronger and stronger. Until no one can stop you. Your first path forward is to first find a home. A base of operations, and find your battles from there. Did what I just say make sense? Because I feel confused now.
Yeah.
Okay.
Tunis did say we were on our way to Price.
Rice.
Maybe I'll find my start there.
No. Now, the only thing I gotta do is remember the name of that town. Again with this Welsh goddamn name system. Your future seems to have the village of Coloncode. in your near future. So this is what it spelled like.
Kalan code.
Yep, Gullen Gold.
All right.
Oh, it's not a village, it's a hamlet. So this will be the hamlet where you will start, where you'll make your first base of operations, and find your fights wherever you seek them. No, you don't have to fight everything you meet. Or you... Yeah, you don't have to fight everything you meet. Any questions you have of me?
I mean, will one of those fights be hacking down a wolf with a shovel?
Well, yeah, it's possible you'd be able to encounter one of those fights.
Well, I'll ask that because that was what Ace showed me last night.
Ace speaks up. What I showed you is a possible future. It's not set in stone, but if you seek out a wolf or you seek out to protect your home, wherever you make it, you will most likely cut a wolf in half, if that's what you seek. Anything else, or would you like to wake up now?
At this point, I'd like to wake up.
Alright. Looks like it's time for you to return to the world of the waking. I wish you well, Orgrim. And I hope that future you saw within that gold card, it comes true for you. I just ate an orange gummy and it's really orangey. With a hint of raspberry.
Yeah, that tends to be the thing with those gummies.
Orgrim, you're currently being carried on your back. What? What did I just phrase? Carried on your back. You're being carried on the back of... back of Druinus, who walks you through a forest, and it seems Nox and the boat have left you guys to your own devices. He did say he had some other things to do while he got here. Druinus finally makes way, and you arrive at the hamlet known as Cullen Code. You see people around working. You see a bunch of families without children. Just husband and wife duos, and that's it. They all look forward and look in disappointment that is just you and Druinus. So Druinus puts you down, Orgrim, and asks you this. Out of the options... Here. 1 second, my stomach says fuck you at this moment. There we go. It was gas that was affecting me. Alright, so, Orgrim, choices of what type of lifestyle that you actually would want. Would it be... There's a bunch here. Governing, mariner work, hunting, farming, woodworking, stoneworking, metalworking, leatherworking, animal raising, or combative.
I'm guessing combative would be like town guard or something.
Yeah, town guard stuff.
Well, M did say that wherever I would seek my fights, I would find them. And I'd imagine they would come. I would be a bit more prepared if I followed the life of a town guard.
It's up to you.
Yeah, I think I'll go with the town guard on this one.
All right. So this whole discussion was just out of character. Just making a final thing for him to choose the things for you. You are put on the ground, Orgrim. Trueness looks at you, looks you up and down, feels your body, actually taps your shoulders. You are strong. You are powerful. There's many choices here for you to live out your life. But it seems you'll be your most happiest at fighting and protecting. So, let us venture over to the family whose name I think I have somewhere right here. Where's the competitive? There we go. Curses, why the fuck did I write this in yellow? It's so hard to see. Okay. To the Mayrick family. Mayrick.
I'm guessing by the disappointed looks, they're used to seeing orcs.
Insight check! For proper understanding.
Moment.
I'll allow this one to pass, because you do have previous information that Trueness wanted to bring all the orcs that you were actually at there at the arena with over here, filling in the blanks of just 2 parents, no children. It looks like these people were expecting to raise orc children and are very disappointed that only one was brought here.
Hi.
Ruinous tells you this. He tells you, due to some eldritch being curse, everyone in this village was made sterile, from the men to the women. Hamlet. Everyone in this hamlet was made sterile. So when they were offered to take in orcs as their own children, they happily jumped at the chance, despite all of the past history with orcs and humans in this world. And now I have to tell them whose fault this lies with. And I have to tell them that only one orc will be brought to this village, or hamlet, to be raised. And that orc is going to unfortunately go to the not unfortunately, it's going to go to the combative folks of this area, seeing as how powerful and strong you are. You make a best protector. You would make a good protector. So, I'm going to leave you with them for a little bit, and I'm going to have to explain to all of these good folks why they won't be receiving children. See, Trueness a bit worried about everything. Because now he has to explain all the bullshit that happened, the fact that Nox jumped the gun and he ruined everything, and he's not expecting good. good words to come his way. So Truanus guides you by the hand and guides you over to a very, not grungy looking house, but a very decently built house that has swords sticking out of the ground almost immediately upon when you walk it. Like, near the front door, you'll have swords in the ground next to a gravel path. Some made of wood, others made of stone, and the big steely ones, nowhere to be seen. Ruinous knocks on the door, and you are met with two people. A gruff-looking man, who seems to be in his late 30s, and a portly female, who, again, looks like she's in her 30s. They both introduce themselves, for the guy is Islin. I don't know how to pronounce that, to be honest. This is what I get for forgetting to put the vernacular stuff. Islin? Isluin? Islowin? Or Ilowin?
Islwin Mayrick.
Yep. And then the woman introduced herself as Sean? Shan? Probably Shan. Yeah, Shan.
Sean.
I think it's the short form of Shannon, I think it was.
Sean, yeah.
The couple introduced themselves and seemed to be happy to meet you. Especially the guy, because he's looking at you and you are a specimen. How old are you, boy?
Just an absolute unit of a kid.
Yeah, that's how whole orc children are.
3 years old.
Just imagine jaw drop hitting the fucking ground, big thud. 3! As they both yell. From there, you learn from there, they take you in. Inside, they feed you all that stuff. They feed you decent tasting food that's better than what your caretaker made for you, which is just cheese soup and dried meat. They feed you some cuts of fresh meat, which tastes a lot better. They feed you other types of vegetables. The only thing you don't really like in that was carrots, because all orcs hate fucking carrots for some reason. But the rest of them you eat just fine. And then they give you something you'd never had in your life before. Fresh bread. When you take a bite out of it, and it crunches, it just sends like a pleasure trigger in your brain. Just like solid crunch and nice fluffy inside. Crunch, 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 crunch! You just devoured the piece of bread. It doesn't taste sugary, it just tastes like weedy and all that stuff. The thing that like excites you most about bread is the crunch. Because you've never had anything crunchy, because your caretaker never fed you human meat.
Considering what Tyrannus's plan was, that makes sense.
Okay. You quickly learn the personality of this family you've been assigned. Well, not assigned to, but given to. They're stern, but polite. They're nice, but firm. Over the course of the next few days, the man asks you if you would like to try and do training with him, which I think Orgrim would eagerly agree to, just to gauge himself.
Yeah. Yep.
And he said, let's go outside. And you guys practice with wooden swords. I would like you to just roll your maul. Without the +1, we just take off the +1. Roll your maul against him. And this is what he does against you in training. 18 versus...
Give it a moment.
14. Since you're tiny in stature compared to him, yeah, your wooden sword goes at his kneecaps. But he also bonks you in the head. So it's just basically like this, clip the knee, pain, and he falls forward, and the thing bonks you in the head. This is like the scenario before. He's like, think of the baby. No, actually, no. Just think of a dwarf going at this man and kneecapping him with a wooden sword. That's the best comparison for this.
Considering I was threatening to smash in, what was his name, Erlin's knees?
Yeah.
That's what short people do. They go for the kneecaps.
Yeah. And like that first crossing of blades and bone, he realizes that you're going to be a perfect fit. He just needs to figure out what the fuck he's going to do about the fucking kneecap situation. Someone is calling me. Give me 1 second. It might be a work call.
Did I... Alright.
Alright, so that was a robo-caller that immediately transferred me to someone else.
Moment, Rage.
Yeah, okay.
What's going on out there?
Did I? Do I have time to activate this? I don't think I do. Yeah. Did you just put that in? No, he didn't. He put it in memes. Yeah, I've already seen that one, Scar. Alright, how's the stream holding up, by the way, Scar? You can post it in the Facebook chat, or you can post it in Discord chat, I guess.
Alright.
Okay. So it wasn't a work call, it was just a robot that called me that immediately transferred to some other number, and I got really confused because there was nobody behind that line, and I just hung up. It was just silence, it was creepy.
That's usually why I ignore those numbers.
It's like I pick them up because I think it's a work call because I have a couple co-workers that have that same number with the 414. Continuing. So you spend the next few days with Isluin. Yeah, Isluin. Training and all the other stuff, proper things and etiquette and other things of swordplay. You gotta get bored when he starts explaining rules to you, and you just follow the way of smash, cut, break. And he sighs a little bit. He's like, "You'll get it eventually. You'll get it eventually." That's real. It's just the first few days. Training is fun, especially when you're training against someone that does no swordplay and all that other stuff. You are given your own personal wooden and stone sword. And he said, and then Iswin does tell you that eventually you'll work your way up to a steel sword when you are old enough and less of a bludgeoning risk.
Bludgeoning risk.
Because the knee you fucking smacked swelled up to a balloon.
Ah, so it caused a bruise.
Yeah. Okay. You go around the village, you know the personalities of a lot of the people here. Most of them are nice to you. And you do end up like striking out conversations with your caretaker after a good while. He is dejected as all hell. Because he probably had a conversation with all those folks and they were not happy. But it's whatever, they've moved on from it, and now you guys are just now in this village, or this hamlet, ready to start new lives. And, yeah, Trueness becomes the local, like, mage for the thing, so he fixes whatever problems go around the thing, so, like, broken property things from random animal attacks. Yeah, provides emergency lodging just in case some of the houses end up being blown down by the storms that are on the shores of Price. In general, he's just a magic guy that helps, heals, and other shit. Okay, anything else you want to do as a kid before we do a fast-forward section?
Not that I can think of. Also, it's almost half to 7.
Yep. I have it set for 7:15. I think we can finish Orgrim's starting session within those 30 minutes, I think. So fast forwarding throughout the years, it only takes 5 of you to... Orcs are mature by age 12, or is it age 10? I can't remember. Let's quickly look this up before I forget.
12.
12? Okay. So 5 years, you're 8. You immediately tower over your adopted father and mother. They just stare at you with great joy and all that stuff.
That has to be awkward.
It's a little bit because you bump your head on the fucking door because it's made for smaller humans.
I'll just like have to remember to duck occasionally.
Since you said you wanted your adult form to be 6 feet, yeah, you're 6 feet like a teenager. Ironically, orcs don't get moody when they're teenagers. No, it's like, all you gotta do is, like, you learn skills from a bunch of things. You learn how to use martial weapons from your adopted father. You learn how to use simple weapons, and learn how to use mechanical weapons, which is nice. So, like, the spring trap weapons and other things like that. Granted, the first one that you guys had around the house, it broke after a good while, mainly just because of constant use, and nobody knew how to repair shit like that. So, like, spring trap weapons are one of those rare ones. So, like, think of the pistol sword, except...
Hang on a second.
Uh-oh.
I just got called.
Okay.
I think I might have to make... It is 6:30. I gotta make dinner.
Okay. End it here?
Yeah, probably end it here just to be safe.
Okay, last sentence for this thing. Spring trap weapon, you guys only had one of, so think of the pistol sword, except replace the pistol part with a spring knife. So get that extra bit of stabbing. Alright, we'll start your next session with a 30-minute fight, so I'm just going to edit that on to the other one. Alright. Yep. So, good night, folks. We're going to prepare for the next session for Big Evil 103 as Aritis here has to leave. Or Orgrim here has to leave to make dinner. So, good night, folks.
Yep.